Start in child's pose. Take the knees as wide as you can. Feet fold in and touch together. This will allow you space to push your butt right back to your heels and bring the head down. Tucking toes, coming to a short downward facing dog, crown of head to mat. As you inhale, you're going to wave your body forwards to a high plank. And then bend your knees and wave the body back, lifting the sit bones to the ceiling, keeping the heels off the ground. Come again, inhale, bend the knees, wave the body back, lift the tailbone up. Finish by pushing the heels down. And do that one more time. Aim is to get the sit bones as high to the ceiling as we can. Step the front foot outside the front hand and come to a lunge twist. Notice the back leg is super straight and powerfully energize the back thigh. Pressing the standing hand into the floor and turning the rib cage. Aim to open your wingspan, look up and push the ground away. From there, drop the back knee and place the hand on the knee, taking 5 repetitions of inhaling and exhaling. And as you push the knee out to the side, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. You may even start to rock onto the outside blade of the foot and sink the back hip closer to the floor, coming to a deep hip flexor stretch. Lifting the body upright. And now we're getting into the psoas and the lower abdominals. So you're aiming to tuck your back hip underneath you. Actually squeeze the glutes here and feel this deep release. Take 5 slow full breaths in and out through the belly. Stepping the feet wide, come to this deep squat position at the top of the mat. Aim to roll the knees out. You might extend your arms in front for a challenge. And lifting the arms above the head very much brings length to the mid-back. Place the hands down if you need support anytime. You might try that again. Reach forwards with straight arms. Take another deep breath in. Lengthen the elbows right by the ears. And hands to the mat. Either stay or try a twist. Open the top shoulder and take your eyes to where you want to go. Some organic movement, rocking the hips from side to side, moving through the ankle joints is also fine here. After 3 breaths, switch arms. Notice the elbow is pressing into the knee to enable leverage in the twist in the top shoulder. Feet moving parallel, hip width apart. Bend your knees appropriately just to get your hands flat on the mats. Bending one knee, straightening the other. Bringing some deep stretch into the back of the hamstrings now. Allow your head to drop, your face to be soft. Coming to lunge twist on the other side. Now you'll really notice how much you need to energize the back thigh. Your weight is forwards onto the ball of the foot and the heel is high. Negotiate with the breath. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale and try and twist an inch further with the top shoulder. Sinking the back hip down, opening the foot to the side and taking 5 rounds of pressing the knee out. As you inhale, exhale. Rocking onto the outside blade of the foot. Finishing kneeling on this side in a lunge twist. Remember, tuck the back hip underneath you because we're not trying to overstretch the hip flexor. We want to really lengthen the lower back here. Take some pressure off the lower spine. So squeeze the glutes and feel a deep stretch around the lower abdominals. Hands down and just bring yourself to sit. Right leg is crossing on top for a seated twist. If you find it hard to level your sit bones, maybe extend the bottom leg straight. Otherwise, fold the heel underneath you and get both of your hips down square. Bring the crease of the elbow to the thigh and hug the knee, actively hug the knee as you twist. Look back over the back shoulder. 5 seated breaths, slow and long. Take a counter twist the other way. That might feel good for you. Coming to a modified half lotus. So you have a choice, dependent on your hip flexibility. The foot can be directly on top of the knee, either halfway to the calf or cross the feet in front if you're tight in your hips. Sit upright with the hands behind. Then using your own muscles, the outside of your hips, you're trying to push your knees away from you. Inhale through the nose as you lengthen arms above the head. And we come to a side bend. So moving the opposite direction to the top knee. And that's going to give you a beautiful stretch down through the waist, the muscle of the QL, somewhere that gets very tight if you have any lower back pain. Uncross the feet and come to a seated twist on the other side. Choose the variation that suits you. Notice I lift my hips and square them back down to make the adjustment before I move. Inhale to hug the knee to the chest. Exhale, you're trying to move your rib cage past your thigh. And the aim is to bring as much mobility also to the neck and the head, looking over the back shoulder. After 5 breaths, come to modified half lotus on this side. Each hip can be slightly different, but remember just to flex the foot to keep the knee safe. If you feel any knee pain in the posture, just take a lower modification, either calf or just cross the legs in front. Inhaling, exhaling to side bend. And you'll notice the top knee wants to pop up. So as you are side bending, press the knee away from you. Keep the core braced to support the lower back and feel a beautiful side release. Finishing with the soles of the feet to meet. Open them like the pages of a book. Seal the 10 fingers underneath the bottom. Inhale to sit tall, and as you exhale, you're aiming to bring the head towards the toes. Bend at the elbows, use your bicep strength to pull yourself down. And with each exhale, move deeper.